It's been a hot second, but we're back.
We're back.
Take 10. Yes. Lisa Wiles.
Corey Frills with The Mortgage Gallery.
And Bruce.
We have Bruce here. He's doing a guest star appearance. Yeah.
He's like, get me out of here.
Yeah, he's not thrilled about the sitting situation. But, yeah, anyway.
So we have a lot of basically marketing things to talk about. So let's actually start with the market and then flow into marketing.
Let's do. So the 30-year fixed is sitting at like 6.9%, according to Mortgage News Daily, down from 7.25% this time last year. So we'll take that.
It's a win.
It's a win. Fed meets today and tomorrow, so that'll be interesting. A 99% chance of no change in rates. So
that's pretty solid then.
Yeah, it's pretty. So you're saying there's a chance, not a big one. One thing I did want to comment on, and we wrote about this. If you're not part of our private Facebook group, you should reach out if you're a realtor. Wrote about this. Saw a headline where builder completed unsold inventory is at the highest level since 2009.
Now, is that locally or is that nationally?
That's nationally. So the U.S. Census Bureau puts that information together, and they do not delineate by market. So you can't drill down and be like, where is the inventory high?
Because do you feel like in our market, that's a thing?
It doesn't feel that way. I mean, we've had multiple offers throughout the weekends. And so I put together a little data, did a little research.
Okay.
And across the country, it varies dramatically based on what market you're in. So, for example, in Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut, they have 80% fewer homes on the market now than pre-pandemic levels. 80%. Yep. But then in Punta Gorda, Florida, there's a 76% excess inventory from pre-pandemic levels. So Florida and Texas both have a lot of inventory. And there were some big builders like Lennar and D.R. Horton who said that they're more sluggish in those markets.
Okay.
Our market, however, we are right at late 2019 inventory levels.
So right pre-COVID.
Right at pre-COVID levels. Okay. However, we grew as a Knoxville metropolitan area grew about 10%. And so
how many people about is that coming in?
88,000.
To be exact.
88,000 people we grew from 2019 to now. And this is another fun fact.
And our inventory didn't go up?
No, it's flat from pre-pandemic levels.
Okay.
So another fun fact is 70% of people in Knox County own a home, 68%. So that's a pretty high home ownership rate, right? So if you think that, okay, we grew 10%, 7 of those 10 need a house, and our inventory is the same as it was in 19, it's actually tighter than we were pre-pandemic levels.
Super interesting.
Do you think so?
I do.
Some people like it. I'm glad you like it.
Well, obviously, our market's doing okay. Things are still moving. There's still a demand and there's a need, and we have a lot of growth here, which explains also why we're at the top of a lot of different, top 10 places to live and raise a family and all those things. So big picture, our market may be insulated from some of the news that's actually happening nationwide, which feels good. It should feel good to you guys,
It would be really hard to see prices go anywhere but up.
Yeah.
With that kind of inventory crunch. I mean, we had one this weekend, like, hey, no contingencies, please, on this letter. Like, no appraisal, no. We're like, okay.
You know what, though? I am going to go ahead and say this because I did have a realtor reach out to me and say, have you seen any issues with appraisals? And I said, you know what? It's kind of a trickle-down effect. And she said, I'm worried because there's a lot of multiple offers right now. How are the appraisers going to be able to track that escalated value? Because it's just getting bid up. Yep. And we're usually about 2 weeks from that because that's how long it takes to get an appraisal in. And so I did just receive my first low appraisal.
Of the year?
Yeah.
Wow. So it's pretty good, though, for May.
Yeah, but so I think there is some truth to that. I think you can correlate anytime you go into multiples with potentially having appraisal issues coming into play. But we do have strategies around that, like financing the MI so you don't have a monthly mortgage insurance or just a couple different little ideas out there.
I mean, if you're putting 10% down, you pretty much have a built-in 5% appraisal gap.
Yeah, if you
Right?
needed it, right?
Right? So we have strategy around that. If you're putting more than that down, some people putting 25% down, doesn't even matter.
Don't even touch it.
People need to be wise, and the home needs to be worth it for them.
Mm-hmm.
But if it is, we can help make it happen.
We can make it happen.
Yeah.
So, tomorrow? Oh yeah. Moving on.
Wednesday, the 7th.
Yes. At what time?
10 a.m. at our office, 120 South Gay Street.
Or on Zoom.
Yeah. So obviously limited spaces in person. Mm-hmm. But you want to be on this. So we have a product through Fairway that we're rolling out, and it is a dynamic pre-approval letter. So,
you guys have been asking for this forever.
Yes.
We have it. And it's pretty. We made it branded and vibes, and it looks like we sent it.
It does. So you can actually, when we pre-approve a buyer, we will set a max sales price on there, and then you can adjust the sales price down at your leisure.
From that max.
Right? So you don't have to, we're here for you on nights and weekends if you need us.
And we're happy to do it still. But sometimes you guys are crazy and want to work at 11 o'clock. I am asleep at 11 o'clock. And I know that you definitely want that letter to go in with the package for the contract. And we want you to have that access. Yeah. But it looks exactly like the letters we send, and you're going to be able to fill in the address and the price is as long as it is below the maximum approved amount for yourself. Cool. So pretty cool.
Yeah. So super excited about that. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, live on Zoom.
We're going to teach you how to do it.
We're going to teach you how to use it. So be sure and tune in.
Yep. And we will record it if you cannot. So that's very important. So we
will have our corporate support team on tomorrow for questions. So if you're on live,
super helpful.
It'll be better.
Everybody needs a little help from their friends.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then also officially go and check out our Facebook and our Insta and all these things, because it's going to have a new look. We just did a little bit of a rebrand, but want you to know, LTW Group, we are the same humans. We are just now the Mortgage Gallery. Yep. And
still with Fairway.
Still with Fairway. Yep. Fairway is definitely large and in charge. We are just trying to create kind of a branding that is more inclusive and, doesn't really shout back to my initials.
That's right.
I need to get,
Yeah,
I'll still be that. I'll still be LT Dub.
That's right.
That'll still be me.
You'll never go away.
But I'm not going to make you be LT Dub.
Sure. Yeah.
UBC Frills.
That's right. So the idea around the Mortgage Gallery is just a place that some of the most talented originators in the area can be themselves, right? And so we all share resources and tools and efficiencies, but also want your favorite loan officer to be your favorite loan officer and not be a copy of us. That's, we want them to be them. And I want to be me, and Lisa wants to be Lisa. So super excited about it. The brand is beautiful. Shelby on our team has done a phenomenal job.
So pretty.
Phenomenal job. Her and Becca have done a ton of work over the last 6 months.
Yeah, get in there and give them a little clap emoji or something.
I think it's been a year.
It's been
since the concept came out.
So the concept is, of course, we're on the 100 block of Gay Street, which is the arts district of Knoxville. When we came up with the Mortgage Gallery, what I think how it is significant is that when you go into a gallery or an art gallery, they are only hanging their best pieces of work. And so within the Mortgage Gallery, we will only have the best people doing their craft, but sometimes the art looks different. And even though art can look different, that craft and how good that person is at their craft is authentic to them. That's and right. It is beautiful in its own way.
That's right.
And so we want to celebrate, like you said, them being them.
That's right.
So the Mortgage Gallery is now a thing.
It's now a thing.
Super excited.
Finally. That was easy.
And now we're at 10 minutes.
That's it.
And we respect your time.
We work on weekends.
We do.
After hours at theltwgroup.com for now. We will have new emails. Again, sorry for those of you that have like 6 emails for us already.
They all point to the same place.
What's one more? What's the 7th?
What's one more?
Right? So we'll have new emails coming out at you, but the old ones still work. So after hours at theltwgroup.com.
That's right.
Thank you for your time.
Appreciate it.
Later.